understand, Mr. Chairman, that, for example, in the case of some travel agencies where machines need to communicate with each other, a machine that does not have the same time, using, for example, a reservation system named Esquiva, if the time and date would not coincide, then that message would be rejected as a precaution. So we're just wondering why, in the case of Smartmatic, you did not have this kind of a precaution to make sure that the times are synchronized with each other. Because it would be anomalous, very obvious, Mr. Chairman, that when there are two entities communicating, whether these are human beings or machines, they should be communicating at the same time and date.
Sir, if I may, the reason why that doesn't happen is because for the Picos, remember, it operates standalone. From the moment it leaves the warehouse in Cabuyao, it never joins any network or talks to any other computer until the election is completed and the results are transmitted. So you can look at it as the Picos being blind and actually believing in the one only clock it has, which is its internal clock. Other than that, it has no other reference to compare to. In the example you've just given us, the computer of the tribal agency is actually synchronizing with time servers over the internet. And even if you switch the time, if you have the proper settings, it will go back to the right time once it sees the reference of the time server. But the Picos is standalone, so it has no one to compare to. It basically has no one to tell him your time is wrong.
So what you're saying, what you're telling us is that the server is the one that dictates whether it will accept the message or not, irrespective of the time being used by the sender.
The server is not looking at the time, but rather the digital signatures and the contents of the package being generated by the Picos. So if the
But if that's the case, Mr. Chairman, what's the use of having a time as far as the Picos sender is concerned? What's the purpose of the time if that is immaterial?
the time gives you the sequence of the actions, and when you actually
Yes, but this, if I may interrupt, as Congressman Gomez says, if this sequence can be delayed to 10 in the evening, what the heck? My God.
Sir,
Your assurance was that anything that happens between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. would be reflected as 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I didn't know that 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. could be moved to 10 in the evening. Do you realize what a fool you have made
sir,
of the legislators who passed this law?
I understand, sir. With all due respect, it's it's an unforeseen situation. It's one of those.
Unforeseen?
Yes, sir.
That was the principal guarantee that this would be an honest election. That we would know digitally what would happen during election day and during the election hours.
And you do, sir, if I may.
No, I forget that. The sons of bitches! You had us standing here guaranteeing to the public and the world that even if fraud is committed, we would be able to trace it. We never said that fraud could not be committed. But you said we could trace it. And now you tell me that at 10 in the evening you could do it and we would never know.
No, sir. I stand by our product, and we can
Son
trace
of a
everything
bitch!
that we do.
I move that the unparliamentary remark like SOBs be taken out from the record.
Yes, they should be taken off. My God!